Second a minute. But let's take a listen here to Jamie Carragher talking about spending money only a few months ago.
You tell me, that's embarrassing from Chelsea.
That's without looking at the transfer fees as well.
Honestly, God, it's just. I mean, would you want that? I mean, some fans would want that because they get all excited and we've won the transfer mark. It's an absolute joke that someone makes that many transfers in such a short period of time. And I'm glad. I think the less signings we make, the better. Because if you're making 2 or 3 every summer, you must really want them. You must really feel like they're a big part of your team. And you're not just buying players and you don't know where they're going to go, where they're going to play. It's just, you create no cohesion, no team spirit.
Liverpool have signed more than that, haven't they? Big money.
Well, who's found this clip?
Someone sent it in to me for this show. They're like, can you, Mark, react to this? I was like, oh, wow.
He's been stitched up there, hasn't he? I mean, look, the positive is we all make mistakes. The negative is, I think sometimes because people are ex-players and they're on Sky and they're doing Monday Night Football, running around in a white pair of trainers, people think that they're the oracle. But I always say this, like whether you are Terry or me or just in the live chat, your opinion is no better or worse than Jamie Carragher or mine or Terry's. It's like, we're all football fans, and this is the great thing about football. We can all have an opinion. Some of us are more capable of sitting in front of a camera and communicating, and that's a skill. But actual opinion-wise, the reason you lot watch is because sometimes you'll go, Terry's full of shit, and Mark's right again, and probably do say those two things a lot. But no, honestly, we do make a lot of mistakes, and I can't laugh too much because I will have said something very similar at some point about Man City or something like that. But he's done up there, hasn't he? Because look, Carragher is a Liverpool fan, and I'm not really like this because United have been crap for a while, but that's just bitterness. Like that is just bitterness. That is pure bitterness. We don't, I'd rather not buy players and be successful. Yeah. I agree. I'd rather not. I'd buy players because you save money, but. Yeah, look at what Liverpool have done. Ekitike is a great signing. He's a younger player. It's tragic what happened to Jota, and they will have to do something. But I think, about that situation, they'll probably bring another forward in, but they were going to bring a forward in anyway. So they've got Kirkes, Wirtz, Frimpong. They're looking at another centre-back. They're looking at another forward. They would love to spend £120 million on Isak. So it's not even about buying 5 or 6 players for value. They're buying expensive players as well. And I've not looked at a Liverpool signing once and gone, oh, they're just buying players for the hell of it. I presume he's getting at Chelsea because sometimes it feels like Chelsea were just accumulating players. But this has been that summer transfer window. And I sort of get Chelsea were doing it because they were on a quest to get back to the top as quick as possible. And it's worked. I think what Liverpool and Arsenal and Chelsea and Man City are doing now is they're building super squads for a double assault on the Champions League and the Premier League because that's where the money is. It's been a very unique summer. And maybe in defence of Carragher, when he did that, he hadn't had the foresight to understand why Chelsea were doing it and why everybody's doing it now. But it's been an unprecedented summer, Terry, in relation to the volume of players that people are buying. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City. And I completely understand why they're doing it, to be honest.
I agree. I thought it was funny because a few of the comments have come in saying we don't do this every summer, as you can see here. What's the point? We've bought 4 players. Well, you're going to buy more than 4 players in. You're going to end up with 5 or 6 players coming in. It's funny. No one's digging out Liverpool. Liverpool are right to do what they're doing. The players they're bringing in are amazing, especially on paper anyway. It's brilliant for Liverpool fans to see you act like the giant club you are. This is not a dig. All Carragher has done here in this interview, and I think loads of ex-pros, because he's clearly here doing something with the Liverpool Echo. It's for locals. It's for Liverpool fans only. Loads of ex-pros do this, is they will pander to the clubs they're connected to when they don't have good windows or when another club is being kind of praised. It's not even the spending and the volumes. It's I only really like a club to sign 2 or 3 players. You're going to end up signing maybe 3 times that amount. He won't call it out because he'd be wrong to. he'd be wrong to call it out because what Liverpool's doing is right. It's just funny that, and we've all done it at points. There's clips out there of me, I'm sure there are, where you say it because you're a bit bitter. It's one of the reasons why about 5 years ago, I decided I'm going to try and be as impartial as possible and as unbiased as possible. Because on a personal level, I didn't like seeing clips of myself being hypocritical later on down the line. And that's all he's done here is basically out of bitterness, said you shouldn't buy that amount of players. He's probably now going to celebrate Liverpool doing it because it's the right thing to do. And this clips resurface. It's a little bit of fun. It's not a dig at Liverpool, by the way. So Liverpool fans, please don't get your knickers in a twist on that one.
As I said there, I think some people will take that clip and rinse him apart. And that's absolutely fine. But I also think nobody was predicting the volume of transfers that people were going to do. And I actually don't think the mainstream, it'd be interesting when they all come back from their holidays to Sky and Monday Night Football, whether anybody has listened to what we've been talking about over the summer. And when I say we, I mean the collective communities we've got here and on the United Stand, because we've been talking about it for weeks. In a sense that I don't even know if Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers have figured this out. The reason Chelsea, Arsenal and everyone are spending so much money is because they want to lock down the Champions League spots for the next few years because they're earning £100 million from it. They want to lock them down. And I don't know whether anybody else has realised that the Champions League is the Super League now. Like, the money is incredible. And obviously the Champions League is a ticket to the Club World Cup every 4 years, which again is incredible money. Like, you're basically earning what you earn in a Premier League season for 4 weeks' work, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. They are going big on it for that reason. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. There was this other take I saw from a Liverpool fan that got shared by ESPN, and it's from the Liverpool for Anfield Watch, who think they've signed Thierry Henry 2.0 in Hugo Ekitike. Thoughts, Mr. Goldbridge?
I think the closest thing I've seen to Thierry Henry in the Premier League is nothing, because he was an absolute legend of the Premier League. I think he talks shit most of the time, actually, off the pitch now. But you know, so does Gaza, and he's the greatest player I've ever seen for different reasons. I'm not comparing Henry to Gaza off the pitch; they've got different issues. But I mean, he was a fantastic player. And but the closest I would say I've seen to Henry in the Premier League in recent years is probably Isak. And I'm not saying they're close. I just felt that was an interesting move if Arsenal ever did it, because of the connection they have with him. So Newcastle were looking to replace Isak with Ekitike. So I wouldn't dismiss the comparisons, because he's still ridiculously young. He's going into a Liverpool side where, honestly, I'd say I'm quite envious of Liverpool in the sense that same. I think that they're just so patient with their players. Man United aren't like that. You know, I look at Gravenberch, first season wasn't great. Darwin Núñez hasn't been great for 2 years, but they still are patient with him. So if you're a young player going into a team like that, they're going to be ridiculously patient with him, and that's going to give him confidence. So I think his potential is there to be realised. What his potential is, I think it's incredible to say he's the next Thierry Henry. But I don't want to be sat on here when you've got rid of me in a couple of years' time, and I'm here with the clip and everyone's reacting to that. I mean, if he can be anywhere near Henry, that's incredible. But I wouldn't dismiss it. I mean, somebody's got to be the next R9 at some point. Somebody's got to be the next, Zidane. So it will happen.
There'd never be another Maradona, and then Messi came along. You know, there's some people still think Maradona's better, and that's fair. But there will be someone that can emulate it at some point. But viewers, give us your opinions on that